and the member for Solomon has sought the call, and she has the call.
I'd like to seek leave to make a brief statement in relation to the...
Don't need leave. I've given you the call.
Okay, thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. But before I do, I would also like to speak, to pay special tribute to acknowledge the former Speaker, the member for Scullion, and I thank him for his humour and patience with all of the new members of this House. Now, I'm delighted to hear that the Prime Minister, the Minister for Veterans Affairs and the Labor Party have finally come on board to support this initiative moved by the Coalition earlier this year. My motion was never about politics, it was all about my community. My local community is passionate about the commemoration of the bombing of Darwin and ensuring that all Australians understand our contribution to the defence of Australia in the darkest days of World War II. The bombing of Darwin was the first time Australia was attacked by enemy forces. Bombing raids by Japanese forces over Darwin continued for many months and extended to other northern Australian cities including Broome, Cairns and Townsville. More than 250 people were killed in the attack on Darwin and many more were wounded and injured. A United States Navy destroyer, the USS Peary, was also sunk in Darwin Harbour, one of 8 vessels sunk that day. More bombs were dropped on Darwin by the Japanese than on Pearl Harbor 10 weeks earlier. The significance of this event was further highlighted only last week by President US Obama, who visited my electorate to lay a wreath on the USS Peary memorial site, and he himself noted the bombing of Darwin in 1942 was Australia's Pearl Harbor. Since my first days in this Parliament, I have been a vocal advocate of Australians better understanding the bombing of Darwin and the role Territorians played in the defence of Australia during World War II. I want to thank the Leader of the Opposition for working closely with me on this initiative, which has been something I have worked on prior to and after my election some 15 months ago. Today's outcome is also a significant event for Dr Tom Lewis of the Darwin Military Museum, who has worked tirelessly for a number of years to raise awareness of this event and was one of the key members of the public who lobbied me to make sure that I brought this to the attention of this House. I would also like to acknowledge Darwin Lord Mayor Graham Sawyer and his aldermen, who have also been instrumental in ensuring that I raise awareness of this very, very important date in our history. I'm also delighted that this motion has come and has going to be supported and has come in time for the 70th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin, and I acknowledge the effort of all the people who have raised awareness of this event. And I thank my colleagues, Senator Scullion and Senator Ronaldson, who were able to have this same motion passed in the Senate. So from now on, the 19th of February each year will be recognised by all Australians as a day of significance. I thank the House, and in particular my Coalition colleagues, for their support, and I once again commend the motion to the House.